Did you?
I hardly had to redo my hair.
I want everyone to know that I have one of these glasses too. I mean, we are very competitive, and I want you to know that. Last night
Okay,
before
I keep my bed on.
we went live, I go get your glass, and like we had so many comments on her on Michelle's glass. I'm like, I must have never held mine up. Yeah.
So cheers. Here,
Cheers.
cheers.
This is a coffee chat. This is a
It is a coffee chat.
chat.
There's really
Yeah.
nothing in here.
Yeah, yeah. So coincidentally, get up the mug that I gave you. Chill. So you guys, thank you so much for being back with us today for the afternoon version of the Michelle Mary Grace talk. And I know Michelle put a question up there, or is going to.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to ask it. I'm just going to ask it. I didn't actually put it in the intro.
Well, then there we go.
So the first question that we have is for our stylists. Okay, so we've had a theme running throughout this event of wonderful, right? Because the prizes of the grand prize is $1,000, but we've been continually sharing things that we find wonderful, wonderful jewelry pieces, wonderful looks, wonderful ways that Park Lane has made our lives wonderful. So that's the question that I would ask of stylists first. Whether you just started with us or whether you've been with Park Lane for years and years and years, please put into the comments something that Park Lane has, something about your life that's wonderful because of Park Lane.
And extra points if you put Mary Grace. Just kidding. The reps aren't getting points anyway. This is all about the customers. But yeah, reps, like put it out there. I mean, I think people are too shy sometimes about talking what a great gig we have here. We're so afraid people will go, oh my gosh, stalkers, pyramid scheme, get out of here. No. It's just an amazing opportunity that we love to share with you. So given that,
so here come the comments from some of them. Here, Marielle just wrote, it allowed me to be a stay-at-home mom to my daughter. That is I know that's one of mine from direct sales in general. I started when my son was 6 months old, and as of today, my second is moving out. So that's how long that this has been. So lots of fun comments coming in here. But look, here's this from Shauna, traveling the world, a paycheck every week, our amazing community. So these are all, of course, a sneak peek of things that we're going to talk about today. But I just wanted you to see throughout our chat today that these are real people that are benefiting in very real ways. And all of them are big, meaning that there are stylists that are going to say, I had $20 this week to give my kids an allowance. And that's big for that person.
Absolutely.
And then there are people that are making 6 figures, and that's huge for that person. Every goal and every achievement is big to that person, and therefore it is big to us, the leaders that help them with their businesses.
Absolutely. So you guys, near the at some point, Michelle's going to put a Google form up in the comments, and for each of you that is watching, we're going to ask you to fill out the Google form at the end, and it's going to serve as a drawing for you. Michelle doesn't even know I'm going to do this, but this week, it's going to be $100 cash for people who fill out the Google form. Not everybody. Yeah, a drawing. A drawing. So we'll do a drawing for $100 cash just for filling out the Google form. All that we ask is that you fill it out completely. So you're going to want to listen to the end, and we try to keep this kind of short and sweet, 20 minutes. But we have found through the course of our careers that normally when people have questions about our job, it comes down to, if we address 4 basic questions, we answer a lot of your questions. That being said, at the end, if we have not answered all your questions, please put them in the comments so Michelle can read them and ask me the questions. And please don't ever be shy about doing that. It doesn't mean like, ooh, they have a question. there's a live one. Let's go get them. No, everybody has questions, and we are interested to know what your questions would be. And successful people look for opportunity everywhere. They listen. It might not be for you, it might be for someone else. So thank you for being here. And with that, interviewer.
So let's talk about what those four main questions are. And as Mary Grace said, put any additional questions that you have in the comments, and we will get to those as well, if we find we don't cover them during the big question section. So let's first ask, why direct sales as the model for how we're going to bring some extra income in? Why direct sales instead of just, say, getting a job?
Yeah, there's so many wonderful answers to this question. And I always like to start with, like, you guys have probably realized through the course of this mega party and any other time you've come across me, I'm extremely real, extremely real. I think it's one of the things we need to be. So, first of all, do people even know what direct sales is? I didn't. I thought it looked fun and I wanted to give it a go when I went to a party. But I think maybe if someone had even used the words direct sales, it might have scared me. I'd be like, is that one of those pyramid schemes? We hear that stuff all the time. No, direct sales is not multi-level marketing. It's not like try to get your friends and family to all buy from you monthly or sign up or whatever. Totally different kind of business. All direct sales means is direct to consumer. And honestly, it's a very popular mode in which to shop in today's world, because people are they still don't really want to go to the mall. And then they love to shop online, but then they don't have that personal touch. So we're really that sweet spot in between where they can shop in person or online, but still have a real human face to put with it. So direct sales is a very popular way to shop. We definitely work. We get paid every single week from the company as long as we work every week. But my favorite story, as Michelle knows, she's heard it a million times, is when I was listening to David Bach. Okay, now he wrote The Automatic Millionaire. You guys, seriously, it's probably like 25 years ago when I was listening to him, because it was on an audio cassette, if you can imagine, okay? But BACH, but what his book is still probably on the bestsellers list. It's still a great read, The Automatic Millionaire. Well, David Bach was talking on this video cassette that he wanted to share with a bunch of people, something that he thought was like one of the best kept secrets or the most amazing thing. And he said when he graduated from, I don't know, when he graduated from college or whatever, he had this amazing formula that he put together on how just everyday humans like you and I could become millionaires in a very short time. And he said, not trust fund babies, not people that have money left to them, just normal people like you and me. And he said he had it all put aside, and it was going to involve investing about, at that time, it was $300 to $500 a month. If we wanted to translate it to today's world, I'd say $500 to $700 a month would give you the same results. Now, again, in a very short time, take you a little longer if you did a little less. But anyway, as he started to hold these appointments to show people how to do it, he said he got shut down so quickly. He got discouraged so quickly because he realized very quickly that we have a way bigger problem here. Now, this was the United States of America. And he said most, like, teeming majority, not even close, people were living paycheck to paycheck, not even paycheck to paycheck, paycheck to debt, and more month than there was money, so like people rolling over, okay, a lot of their expenses onto credit cards and stuff. And they were like, David, if we have an extra $500 a month, it's certainly not going to be to invest, and we don't have it. It's going to go in our emergency fund. It's going to help us get out of debt. It's going to help us take a special vacation. And he said, wow. And then he didn't want to just leave it there. So he said, I'm going to problem solve this. So then he started to ask them, just work with people on what they could do. And I don't have to make a whole big thing about this, but as you can imagine, Michelle, it involved, like, if you went into retail, but then you have to work their hours, and they're going to be bad hours, and it's going to be around the time you have, and you still work for somebody else. You could have like a stay-at-home mom go back to work, and you, as someone who was a stay-at-home mom, me too. No, those aren't options sometimes for people. That's not what they wanted. So they were going to be things that were really going to upset their lifestyle. Maybe a worker taking on a whole second job, okay? People taking their kids out of things that had become very important to them, like certain sports and stuff. And he said, that's when he discovered direct sales. And he said, oh my gosh, this is the most amazing thing. He said, because you decide, okay? You decide when you can and want to work. You decide how much money you want to make and how far you want to go. This is all around the schedule that you have, not that somebody else is making for you. And it's my favorite story about direct sales because that is most definitely the way it was incorporated into our lives, was working around the schedules we already had and making decisions as to when and where we wanted to make money and how much we wanted to make. And far better, as David Buck said, than any minimum wage or, job you're going to make in retail. So that's my favorite direct sales story. And that's why to this day, I'm a huge proponent of direct sales. And my other answers will not be as long as this one was. You may continue.
Well, we all know that the direct sales world has tons and tons of products available, and there are so many things that people could choose to sell. So why jewelry?
Yeah, I mean, this is one I got wrong the first time too. I just went to a show
Me
and
too.
it was candles. I mean, you were cooking stuff supplies, I was candles, and it just looked fun. And we didn't do any homework or anything. We just ran into it, But if people do their homework, then they're going to find that jewelry is the place to be. And I use the Levine family. We're a family-owned company. In case you didn't know, Michelle, we're a family-owned company. We started in 1955. And I just think this is fascinating because the Levines knew they wanted to use the direct sales model. They wanted people to have the ability to have all of the benefits of their own business with none of the overhead and risk, which is another great thing. They didn't know what product. They had kind of an idea of what product they thought they wanted to do, but they were so smart. And what they did is they hired 3 separate consulting companies, none of whom knew the others had been hired. And they said to these people, I want you guys to go out in the world. We want you to do your homework. We want you to come back with the top 3 products that you recommend that we represent in our company and be ready to defend your answers. I love that part. All 3 of them came back with jewelry as number 1. Their other choices varied, but jewelry was number 1 across the board. This is not what the Levines were anticipating. So listen to the reasons, because that's why I'm like, how did I miss the boat for a while there? Jewelry has the largest market. We sell from anyone to newborn babies to people that are in their hundreds or whatever. Men, women, it's gender fluid. It's like everything anybody could want. One of the top 3 gifts in the world, candy, flowers, and jewelry, withstands the test of time. It's been around since way BC. People were accessorizing, way, way, way before even Jesus was born. They truly were, they were. And since then, it's anticipated to go up something like 10 times. And then it's become such a much more popular way for people to realize how they can mix up their outfit. It's one of the only things that does not go down during economic hard times. Jewelry sales stay really steady month to month and actually go up or stay the same during economic hard times. Those are advantages as as a human being, as selling, but then as the seller, very inexpensive to ship and store. So we saw that happen, didn't we, Michelle, during COVID, when lots of companies were really hurting or went under. We were so lucky because Park Lane had millions of dollars in inventory in their small Chicago warehouse. We had inventory in our little houses. If we ever do, we don't normally do most of the mailings and stuff to customers, but if we ever do, like yesterday when I gave away stuff, it's like a $3 padded envelope and off it goes, right? And it doesn't take up a lot of space in my house. So we don't have people in our life going, oh my gosh, I can't stand the mess. I can't stand this. We can hide it. So it is, it's just absolutely the place to be. I have learned that since being here, and it's just the biggest market and the most opportunity. Absolutely.
And of course, you all love jewelry, so we probably didn't really have to convince you that is the best product, right? So, but there is a lot of practicality to jewelry.
I got to tell you one more thing, because this is big. We wear it. Now you might go, duh, but truly, you guys, if I had seen so, if I had gone out with a candle around my neck, people would have thought, yeah, that's weird. We're staying clear of her. Okay. But, I have my jewelry on. Our customers have our jewelry on. So people say, I love your jewelry. And that is a direct conduit back to us. So
Right.
it's a very non-pressure kind of, it's amazing how much marketing we
I
can
certainly wasn't walking around with a chicken cutlet hanging around my neck
do.
either.
Oh, good.
Okay, so then we also know that there are multiple jewelry companies. So, really, let's get down to the nitty gritty question, which is why Park Lane Jewelry?
Okay. Well, first you get to work with us. And if you think like that was fun with the giveaways and stuff, what do you think we're doing day in and day out for the people that work with us? A lot. Okay. So fun, fun, fun. Nice to have a community and all that good stuff. However, Park Lane there's several really good answers to this question. But one is just as far as the jewelry itself. We have everything across all markets. We take all of the trends. We have something for everyone. Most jewelry companies are, in fact, I can't really think of one that isn't, is very has a niche market. Okay, so their pearls or their charms or their silver or their Swarovski crystals or whatever, which is, all beautiful things. But if somebody's not into one of those things, there goes that line of business. My customers have actually said to me, one thing I absolutely love about Park Lane is it doesn't matter who I invite, there's going to be something for everyone. We also are the biggest direct sales jewelry company in the world, and we've been around the longest. Then, as a company, we're debt free, we're cash rich. Okay, so yeah, that's great for us to know because we know we're going to get paid every week. We know we have job security, which is a big thing in today's world. But you know what? Think about that, what that means as far as our popularity. Okay. Who do you think the jewelry houses, the stone houses, the chain houses, the fashion designers, who do you think they want to work with? Somebody who's going to pay cash or somebody that's a little iffy? It gives us a whole bunch of buying power. So we are on just the cutting edge of everything that's going on. I remember one particular story where we bought up all the jasmine stones and Nordstrom had to take something off their shelves that they were hoping to be able to do because Park Lane had all the stones. So there's just a lot of really cool stuff like that with our company. We're one uppers. I mean, it's a fun. We laugh, but it's true. Like our CEO, we're family run. He considers us his family. He keeps his ear to the ground, and he always wants us to have the best. So, like if other companies have a trip every year, well, guess what? Park Lane has two. If other people have an ability to get like a car payment, guess what? We get white Mercedes. Other people get paid every 2 weeks or once a month. Guess what? We get paid every week. And I don't know if you know that, Michelle. I know you know this but I didn't realize my daughter's an accountant. It is very expensive to pay people every week.
It
It
is. That's
really,
why
yeah,
it's so rare.
it adds a lot to the cost, so but they can afford to do all that because they've been so smart with their money and they've been around since 1955. So lots and lots of advantages. We've already mentioned some of them. We earn up to $1,100 a month in free jewelry. We get paid on everything like we buy. That might not mean anything to you, but it will. Because a lot of times, they're like, oh, you get a discount. And then you just spend all this money and you buy all this stuff, but it didn't do you any good. With us, it's like, yeah, if we ever do get anything, we get paid on it. It counts for all our trips and stuff. And I think one of the most powerful things that we do is we lead with the carrot. We don't lead with the stick. And what I mean by that is we don't get punished. So, for example, we don't have minimums where if you don't meet them, something will happen. No, there's no minimums. Now, they encourage us by giving us lots of wonderful things to want to do better, but it's up to us. If we have to take off a month or, have a baby, if I have a baby, we're going to name it Miracle. But anyway, but if we have to take off or we're sick or we have a parent to take care of, we're not going to lose our title. We're not going to lose everything that we worked for up to that point. Once you achieve certain statuses, you keep it. And that's big. And if you've been with direct sales before, you know. And if you've been with direct sales before, we're the only company that I know of that will reward you for that. We bring you in at a level that's commensurate with what you have done before. We don't make you start all over at the bottom, just like a normal career job would do. So very well run business, very smart business model.
Love it. It's all, all of that is just so true. So I guess really then the final question of all of this, knowing the amazing programs, knowing that jewelry sells so well and that you'll be in good hands with this team and that this is a product all of you already love, the bottom line question then is why now?
Yeah. And just so you know, a lot of people just sign up as ambassadors to be their own customer. There's totally nothing to lose. It's such a smart thing to do. Why now? Okay, first of all, as I get older and as I've been in this business and in business for myself for a long time and led large teams of people, whether you decide to try Park Lane or not, I want you to just take this into your heart because I think it's big and it's made a huge difference in my life and my family's life. There is a success principle that is called do it now. Successful people don't overthink things. Successful people don't look at all the things that could happen and take them into account because they don't know that they're going to happen. What successful people do is they look at the pros and the cons. They see that there's little risk and they go, okay, I'm going to try it. And I'll worry about all the rest as it happens. You have a huge team of people here that are going to help you be successful. We want to help you be successful. We have all the tools in the whole entire world you will need. So don't try not to say to yourself, maybe later, maybe when my kids are older, maybe when I retire, maybe when now is the time. That being said, in our particular industry, now is the time. Okay. We have a new catalog coming out, a new line coming out on January 9th. You get in now, you get your feet wet, you figure out, some of the back, what am I trying to say? Back office things or whatever. Just, be able to tell people that you're going to be doing this and then you be the one to help launch the new line on January 9th. It's brand new to everybody. And I'm giving away free kits. Okay. So we have a deal right now where for $99, you can choose $500 worth of jewelry. Actually, if you sign up right now, it's $600. Okay. $600 worth of jewelry for $99. That's a great deal no matter what. 10 of you are going to go into drawings and I'm going to pay for those $99 kits. So it's like a zero risk, zero. Okay. The $99 is already a tax write-off. All right. And the $99 isn't just for jewelry. It includes all of the tools that you need to be successful. It includes access to my team tools that we pay for someone who makes like all of our images so that like you could start posting tomorrow with images that we've created. It includes all of the back office stuff with Park Lane. Like we don't have any credit card fees or anything like it, just all of that stuff. I used to pay $16 a month for the ability to enter my candle orders. Did you used to pay monthly, Michelle? And that was
Oh,
like
you did.
15.
Yes.
Yeah. So $99 for a year is an amazing deal. So yes, now is the time.
It really is. I personally I did start at this same time of
Me
year.
too.
And I loved it because it was just, especially as we go into January, there's not a lot going on. You get a lot of yeses in January because there's not a lot of like, oh, I have blah, blah going on. We're rescuing people with something to do, having parties in January.
Yeah.
And
No.
those holiday shopping bills are coming. And we would
Yes.
love to help you pay them off because
Yes.
living in debt is suffocating. That is one thing that has, I know it's really impacted both Mary Grace and I to pay off tremendous amounts of debt in the amount of time here. And it just, you can breathe better. You just can't.
Imagine if all your money was just your money.
Yeah.
Can you guys picture a future like that? I mean, that all your money that comes in is your money. It doesn't have to go to a house. It doesn't have to go to a car. I mean, imagine that could be part of your future. Or imagine that something that's an expense right now can just not be a normal expense from your regular income tomorrow. Like that you could say to your significant other, I've got the groceries this week. What? Like just the gift of stress removal,
Yep.
I think is huge. But yeah, it's in January. I mean, it's a new year, it's a new time. Symbolically, it's a wonderful time to take on a new gig. And you know what? The worst thing that can happen is you don't like it, and you might not. So, all that we ask is that you keep all the money that you make, you keep all the jewelry that you earned, and just continue to be part of our community as a customer or hostess. That's all we ask.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy. Hmm.
Love it. So keep as all we've done with all of these lives, keep commenting so that you can be in the raffles. But also we are going to post the Google form. I purposely did not post it this entire time because we wanted you to listen the whole time.
Teacher tricks.
But,
We're teachers. Yeah.
but you certainly cannot lose, as Shauna has commented here, because you will definitely always make more money than you put into it, no matter how short of a time you
Oh
stay
yeah.
with us.
You'll leave with more than you came with. That's for sure. And successful people lean in. So, one thing, real quick, Michelle. The first question on the Google form, some people don't know what it means, and it says, "I'd like to have a decider show." The answer to that is yes. It kind of just gives you one more out. So if you decide, like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and book a show, and at the end of that show, either I'm going to keep the paycheck or I'm going to let the rep keep it. But it's just a great way to feel out your crowd, feel out your community, see how it would go. It's just a really smart thing to do. So some of you are, yes, I'm in. That's how I was. I'm doing it. Let's schedule my intro show where I can let everybody know what's going on. But then if you're still a little bit on the edge, just schedule a show.
Yeah, we love a decider show because either way, you're getting free jewelry.
Yeah.
So it's either you're getting free jewelry and a paycheck or just free jewelry.
Yeah. Can't go wrong. You guys,
Pretty
thank you so much.
amazing. So we just put the Google form. I just put the Google form into the comments. Go ahead and complete that. Somebody is winning $100. 10 of you are going to also add to your wonderful life by getting a free kit. And even if you don't win a free kit and you end up joining, you're still getting the paycheck and you're still getting the jewelry.
Oh yeah, put it on your
Everyone
credit
wins
card.
this one.
Yeah, by the time your credit card comes, you'll have way more than $99 to pay it back. It really is like a absolutely no investment kind of thing. So thanks so much for joining us. I have a feeling you'll be seeing more of us later. We're stalling a little bit to make sure you're grabbing that Google form. Grab that Google form, okay? That's your ticket.
Comments, and then I think I'll also put it up top once this live ends. I'll edit it into the top as well.
Okay.
So if we missed your question, either one of us or your stylist will get back to you with the answers on that. Or if you're watching the replay and your question is posted, we will certainly get back to you. Also, don't feel free to direct message either of us with questions, and we'll get you answered and hooked up with your proper stylist. So have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Thanks again, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.